So one day, I was at home bored, no plans, just making a video, until suddenly, I had an idea. And that idea was to make a game in 1 hour. And that's how I made this piece of shit I call a game. So things started off simple. I made a project, set up a few things around, then I got an A sprite. And I started making the player sprite, which looks horrible by the way. Then I named him and I imported him into the game. So, now after that I made platforms so that he wouldn't fall off the map and fall forever like my hopes and dreams. So, every game needs its enemies, whether you could hurt them or they're in your head. Some of these are absolute dog shit, but me, I'm about to make the most good looking, the most detailed enemy that anyone has ever seen. So I admit, it's pretty shit, but at least I'm done with it now. And with that, I'm gonna move on to the next part, which is probably one of my most favorite parts. Coding. So then I coded a few variables, made some logic, and boom, we have a working player. After fixing the player, I put the enemy into the game. Then I attached the script to it so I can program it. I programmed it real quick, made a little bit of patrol, and there we have a simple patrol movement that works 100% of the time. So then I switched up some of the code so they could actually work this time. And after many attempts, it works out beautifully. So after this, I was thinking to myself, what could make this more funner, more better? So then I thought of the values, and I got a brilliant idea. I added random range to them. So with that, I was able to make varying speeds for the enemies, which I should have suspected that it would make the game borderline impossible at some point. So, now we have a basic moving enemy. But, what's an enemy without a way to stop the player? The whole point of having an enemy in your game. So, I went into its script, coded a little bit, and boom, I added it to where it murders the player in cold blood, snapping it out of existence so that no one remembers who they are. I took a rest for a little while, chilled out for like 5 minutes, and I looked at the time. I had only like an hour, 45 minutes left. I don't remember at the time of speaking, but I then got to work again. Then I got to thinking, the player doesn't have any goal yet, no objective. So I made a goal, which is just a triangle. I made an A sprite and then I attached the script to it, and when you touch it, it takes you to the next level. After making the goal and the enemy, I just made a death screen just in case the player dies. They have a way to restart the level. Though I won't be needing that since I'm a game developer and I developed this game. After that, I started to get to work on more levels and a main menu so you could choose said levels. Though I didn't know how to make a level selector, so I did what every good programmer does, and I searched it up on Google. So then I followed the tutorial made by Vinny, and I don't understand any of this, but hey, thank you for the code. Then I started working on the rest of the levels, which meant I slapped stuff around in different places until it looked different from the ones before, which made me think, some of the levels need something. So then I added this, a jump pad. Not my best idea, but it adds variety to my levels. So I wrote a script for it, and here it is in action. Works like a charm. I started finishing up the rest of the levels, and after, I basically had a done game already, with only like a few minutes to spare, and to show you, here is some full gameplay. So now it's up on itch.io for you to download for free and to play. So what did I learn from this experience? I suck at making games.